We're live. This is the NBA Rundown. I'm your host, Spread Astaire. Tyler should be joining me soon, and away we go. Worst day of the year on Wednesday for me. Tyler got that Houston pick. I should have joined him there. And kind of just my season in a nutshell, right? Just can't find the right spots. And then, of course, I lay off last night, and my model would have been 2-0 because my model liked the Hawks, and my model liked the Pelicans. So, let's hope that same success continues over tonight. But it was a nice night off. You know, I watched some college ball. Split my picks there. I had Arizona and Illinois. I wanted to double down on Illinois in game, and I just could never find the right price. At least they were like close, fun games, better than the first weekend. So hopefully the tournament will continue to entertain us. And we got a lot to do tonight because I can't believe how bad this week has been. And I mean, the only thing there is to do is bounce back. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I think Tyler will be on here soon. So I'm just going to start right now. And we're just going to go into tonight because, I don't know, is there that much to talk about? I mean, the Celtics lost again. It would just be the same thing we said on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever they blew that lead. All right. In the National Basketball Association, the Los Angeles Clippers are -2 in Orlando, taking on the Magic. The total is 212.5. I have an edge to the Magic and the over here. I have the Magic winning this game by 1 point, and I have this game landing on 217 for 212. But we know that my model has been projecting games to go over, so I'm not sure if we can necessarily trust that. But let's dive in. Clippers are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7. They're 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. They've been traveling a lot. The Clippers have played 3 of their last 5 games on the road. Their last road game was a win, but they failed to cover. And if you watch that game, they were lucky to win. Probably a bad foul call there at the end. So Clippers just go life and death with the Philadelphia 76ers, who we don't rate that highly. Now, Orlando comes in this game off of 2 losses. They fell to the Kings as 2.5-point favorites, and they lost by 2. Then they were 4-point favorites to the Warriors, and we really liked them in that spot, and we screwed that pick up because I know it was 101-93, but Draymond got ejected. That game wasn't nearly as like it didn't necessarily feel like we were ever going to cover. So that's a rough one. However, the Magic have been money this season: 47-25 against the spread, 24-11 against the spread at home, 23-17 as an underdog, and 8-5 as an home underdog. In contrast, the Clippers are only 34-38 against the spread this year, 18-19 on the road. They are, however, 29-28 as a favorite and 14-11 as a road favorite. The Clippers covered in the time that these two teams met before. Let's look at some other data on this game before we figure out where we're going to land. Right now, I'm definitely leaning towards Orlando. It's Orlando or pass for me. But on a huge card, and with me not having a lot of success lately, we'll see if we end up getting there. Clippers, like I said earlier, 1-6 against the spread. They have gone over in their last 5 games. That's probably why the model likes the over there. Clippers are also 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games against Orlando. However, they're 17-3 straight up. Does that even matter? I mean, Orlando just kind of got good. Orlando's 10-4 against the spread in their last 14 games. Remember, they lost their last 2, so they were playing even better before that. However, the total's gone under in Orlando's 12 of the last 16 games. Orlando 11-4 against the spread in their last 15 at home. All right. Yeah, I like the Magic. We'll wait for Tyler to jump on, and we will see where we at there. Guys, jump in the chat here. Give me some stuff to talk about while we wait for Tyler. But yeah, going through everything, boy, I think I like the Magic more than the over. But like I said, it's Magic and over for me. Is there any other information I can pull up about this one? I think we're good there. All right, let's just dive into the second game right now then, and we'll come back with Tyler and just see if he has plays on any of these. Let me get rid of this model. I don't need it up right now. And, okay, by doing my projections, the Pacers are -4 on a 244.5, and I have them winning by 4. So at a 241. So slightly into the under there. That doesn't surprise me, right? That's the biggest total on the board tonight. Let me double check that. Yeah, I mean, not even close. The next highest is 232. Yeah, and that's the Kings Mavericks. Okay, So 244.5 here in this game, and why not? Their last game, what they played in Los Angeles, was 150 to 145. The Lakers won. Here's some reasons, though. What's up, Marquis? I saw you there on Twitter. I hope you caught that because you were being ruthless in that tweet, right? So I had to put Ruthless Records Easy E on there. What was I saying? Oh, so for that Magic, right? I know they lost by 5, but that was one of Tyrese Halliburton's worst games of the year. He was only 4 of 13 from the field for like 15 points. I don't know. It was not a good game for him. Now the question is, do we expect him to bounce back? Because after looking like, I don't know about top 5, but like a top 10 player up until the All-Star break, I don't know if it's the injury or fatigue or just, he was playing above, his highest possible, and now he's back to more like what he really is. Halliburton hasn't been the same player. 4 points seems like to be a lot. Oh, I know the one thing I forgot to pull up is injury reports. We didn't do that on the last game either. However, that Clippers Orlando doesn't really have a lot. Markelle Fultz. On this game, there's nobody on Indiana on the injury report. Anthony Davis and LeBron James both on this. So here's the deal. I would think that this line is saying they're going to sit because I'm surprised they're laying 4. I mean, they beat Indiana every time they played this year, if I remember right. I know they beat them in that big playing game, and then they beat them the most recent time. I would originally expect that one of these two guys is going to sit. However, like I said, my projections have it at 4, and I did them full strength. So I don't know what to make of that one. Gosh, I mean, I'd love to fade the Lakers. I'd like them to lose in real life, but I don't know, man. I don't think this line is right. I think I would look towards the Lakers here still. Let's see what's going on here with these trends. Lakers, 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. Total's gone over in 5 of the Lakers' last 6 games. However, the total of 244.5 completely takes that fact into account, so I don't know if there's much of an edge there. Lakers are actually 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 when playing on the road against Indiana. However, I'll bet you they were favored in most of those games. I don't have those games pulled up, but that would be my guess. The total's gone under in 11 of Indiana's last 15 games. It's probably the way I'd be looking on a 244. But it just sucks because you don't want to bet an under on a Pacers game and have it be like 70-60 at the end of the first half, right? And you're like 110 points in the second to go over. All right. Oh, man. Boy, I wonder if we're going to get Tyler today. But regardless, we will continue to master this stuff. The Detroit Pistons are +4 in Washington, taking on the Wizards. All right, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't really have any interest in this game at all, but I ran the projections for it. I have the Wizards winning by 3. And I have this game going over by a point. Not much of an edge there. Let's look at these injury reports. I think Jalen Duren's back tonight. Yeah, there my guy Wiseman's out. No Fontecchio, no Quentin Grimes, no Taj Gibson. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Marcus Sass are all game time decisions. I mean, yeah, it's tough to get involved with. At least the injury report is clear for the Wizards because Rashawn Holmes and Tyus Jones will miss. Landry Shamet doesn't even mean anything. Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, Marvin Bagley. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't even know who this guy is starting for. Did you see the guy on Twitter that can name every player? I couldn't because I don't know who Tosin Ivumbuamwan is, but he's starting at small forward. Probably why the Wizards are getting the edge. Also, I believe the Wizards have won 3 games in a row. Let me pull up these exact numbers here. Yeah, but the Wizards are kind of coming back into respectability here. Yes, Washington. Nope, they lost to Brooklyn as the 4-point dogs at home. What was that? 2 nights ago. Before that, they had the 3-game winning streak. So I can see why people do like the Wizards here. I'm talking to some people who are on the Wiz. I didn't get here, and I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, the Wizards are 12-23 against the spread at home. They're 1-5 as a favorite this year, and 1-4 as a home favorite. Yeah, fuck this game. All right, if Tyler has something on it, we'll go back to it, but fuck this game. All right, the Golden State Warriors are -13. I mean, another F this game, right? I mean, 13 points. Do we want to lay that? This is one of the top 69. Thank you. Thank you, my guy. I know some Ewoks for you. My notifications are broken. Well, I'm glad you're here with this permutation, man. I've been following you on Twitter as you're putting in these college basketball bets, and I know you're putting in work too. So keep it up, my guy, because things are going well. Any pool party? Yeah, I guess if you want to attack that, you could do that. One interesting way, do you know, is under. You can go under rebounds and assists, and the idea would be that he's not going to pass at all, and maybe over on his points, and those could be correlated. But let's move on to the next game. Golden State Warriors minus 13, man. I'm not laying 13 with the Warriors. I'm not laying 13 with the Warriors. I have this as a 13-point win by the Warriors. That's pretty stupid. Total 223. All right, my guy Tyler's here. Tyler, it's a huge slate, so I went over like the first 4 of these games. Did you have any looks in Clippers Magic, Lakers Pacers, Pistons Wizards, or Warriors Hornets?
No, I don't feel like playing roulette in those games.
Okay, so here's the ones that I was kind of... my favorite one out of everything I just mentioned would be Magic.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Clippers barely beat the Sixers.
I don't hate it, but again, I feel like we're just playing Russian roulette in this league.
Okay, we've already confirmed that, right? Like I told you, I said I'm building this huge spreadsheet just to roll the dice with some craps last night, right? Variance is a factor. Okay, well, I'll come back to you on that one. I was on Warriors Hornets, and I was about to break it down, but part of me is just kind of like, fuck this game.
I would only bet the Warriors. I'm done betting.
I would too, but do we want to lay 13 with the Warriors?
No, I'm only betting one. I'm betting a maximum of like 2 NBA games from now on a night, and one of them's Houston.
Well, I'm not. I'm gonna bet a lot, but
good luck to you.
Bro, I don't need luck. I'm good at this. We're just on a terrible streak. Yeah, I mean, my guy Jubo says, is that the way to say it, Kyle? All right. It's going to be a complete crapshoot between now and the start of the playoffs. See, the Celtics losing back-to-back to Atlanta. Is Kuminga in? I don't know. I'll have to look at Kuminga being in.
He's still cute. He's got a questionable tag.
All right. He says, how can I identify players out by looking at the line? How I do it is I just check with my numbers. If I ran it, because I'm pretty close to the books, right? Clyde likes to tease me about that. So if my line is pretty close to theirs, then I assume they're full strength. If it's shaded, then I assume it's not. It's a very imperfect science. So there might be better people to ask that, but that's how I do it. Joe Boo. Okay. That's a good movie, Major League. Have you ever seen that one, Tyler? With Charlie Sheen?
No. Never seen it.
I would say you're not going to like most old movies, but I guarantee, it's 99% chance you like that movie. That's a good one for you and your homies. Smoke a little, you'll laugh. It's awesome. Yeah, it still holds up, right? Some of them don't. Yeah, Major League. All right, Joe Boo, thank you for that. All right, let's just keep moving then, Tyler, because I'm not laying 13 with the Warriors and we're not taking the Hornets, and I'm not playing the total. Are you playing the total? I'm playing under, but I don't feel the need to. Do you?
No, I'm not.
All right. Chicago Bulls are -3. They're in Brooklyn taking on the Nets. Total's 215. Tyler, my guess is you don't want anything to do with this game. I kind of feel the same way, although I did handicap it, and my brain liked the Bulls, but my projections liked the Nets, which made me want to cross this game off. We're also going to look at it. I had it at 220, so my projections like the over. However, with two teams this bad, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable taking overs in these.
Yeah, I'm not betting it over.
Type of games. What are your thoughts here? Maybe some props here, like on a DeMar DeRozan or a Cam Thomas, but I don't really like this game overall. The Bulls are 18-16 against the spread on the road. The Nets are surprising 18-14 at home. For as much money as it seems like we made fading them, all that money's been made on the road. One thing about Brooklyn, though, they are moving into that spot that I like to fade them. This is their first game home after the 4-game road trip, and if you didn't have one game against New Orleans at home on November 19th, they've been on the road for the whole month. Yeah, I kind of like Chicago here.
I have nothing on this game. I'm not betting this game.
Okay, I'm going to add Chicago to the deal. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let me pull that up right now. Um, is this one of the games you liked? The Philadelphia 76ers plus 8.5 in Cleveland taking on the Cavaliers, total of 211.5.
No, I'm not touching this game either.
All right. Well, I'll give everyone a quick breakdown of that game, and then we'll move on and we'll see. Like for example, I didn't love that Chicago game, but the more I look into it, that's the right side. Okay. Philadelphia surprising 39-34 against the spread. Although they were excellent with Embiid, I should filter those without him. They're 19-17 against the spread on the road, 13-17 as an underdog, and 10-11 as a road underdog. However, Cleveland hasn't been that much better. They're 17-19 at home, 22-26 as a favorite, and 7-6 when they're laying between 7 and 10. Only 13-15 as a home favorite. Tyler, if I were to play this game now, if the projections were good this year like they were last year, I would have been pounding the table for Philly. I only have them losing by 4 points. But first of all, the projections haven't been good, and Philly hasn't been that good. So I'm fine staying away. Did you just have any overall thoughts here? Maybe a prop you were looking at, or if you're just doing a crazy parlay, like which side would you land on?
I mean, if you want to bet Jared Allen rebounds props, it might not be a bad one. Philly really doesn't have a big man, but outside of that, I don't really got nothing.
Not a big Mo Bamba guy. Yeah. Richie Smalls in the chat. What's up, Richie? I'm glad you're joining us as usual. I was hoping Matt Smith would be here so I can give him his props, dude. It's 2 times in a row he's gone against me in the chat, and 2 times he's been absolutely right. So, Matt Smith, if you're here, say hello, and I'll give you your props again. Tyler, the very next game we have. I wonder if this is the one of the ones you'll like. Portland Trailblazers are plus 14 in Miami taking on the Heat. Now, most likely they'll be taking on all of the rookies. So Portland became, I think, the first team. I read the stat this morning. I can't remember for how long it was, but it was a long time to start all rookies. And then they did it 2 games in a row. So, but there's a chance that we will have DeAndre Ayton tonight. And I know that Joe Boo is a huge fan of DeAndre Ayton. He loves the former Arizona Wildcat. Joe Boo thinks that he's got a great work ethic, and he's really excited and thinks he deserves all the money he was paid. All right, now that I'm done being a jerk, Tyler, what do you think of this one, man? To me, it's Portland or pass. I don't think Miami's covered as a double-digit favorite all year.
I can't bet Portland again after trying to bet them against Atlanta, and they couldn't keep it close there.
I mean, and I'm fine with that, too. I'm just saying do not bet Miami. There's no way. I don't think they covered as a double-digit favorite all year. So, I mean, I guess this would be the time going against essentially a G League team with Scoot Henderson, although he was in the G League, so it is a G League team. Portland is 18-17 against the spread on the road, but however, that was when they had players like Anthony Simons, Tumani Kamara, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that he's good because I remember saying we had no idea who he was, and now he's actually a big part. I wish like Tybal was in there, Jeremy Grant, and I already addressed this on Wednesday, and I'm not going to do my rant again. But if the league did not incentivize tanking so much, I think Scoot Henderson would be served better in his development to actually be playing with some veteran players out here. Portland or pass, but it looks like we're going to pass. Any other thoughts, Tyler? Maybe a Bam, a way to get involved with Bam, Jimmy, some props like that?
No, I got nothing in that one. It's a 14-point spread. Them guys could be on the bench by third quarter.
I don't think they will, though. You know what? I always say that, and it doesn't seem like they pull
being very
guys.
Selective spread.
No, we're not betting this game, but I just want to make a point.
I'm just not pushing anyone else in any direction either, so.
Yeah, I know. I can tell you're pissed off today. But we always worry about these blowout games, and especially when we did the DFS stuff. These motherfuckers leave the guys in, like, up 15 with, like, 3 minutes to go. So I just wanted to point that out. It kind of sucks when you're on the dog and you're like, you're up by 15. Take out the starters, and they don't. Is this going to be one of your games? This is kind of fun. Guess the game. For being a big slate, we're fucking making good time, too. Pissed Off Tyler makes this an efficient show.
Phoenix Suns game?
Yeah, is this your game?
I have a slight take on this game, but I don't think I'm betting it.
All right,
I'd probably take Phoenix, but I don't feel like very comfortable about it.
So to do projections, this game was kind of tough, and I did kind of look at them without Shea, and they're actually not as bad as I expected. Like, for as good as he is, especially on both ends of the floor, I thought they would do worse without him. But they're actually pretty good with him. I know that they lost to Houston, but that was a really close game, right? That one went to overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have listened to you there, so I'm going to do a better job of that. OKC is so much better against the spread. They're 22-14 at home. Phoenix is only 16-19. Oklahoma City's 10-6 as a dog, while Phoenix is 24-30 as a favorite, and they're 9-13 as a road favorite. Oklahoma City's only been a home underdog 5 times this year, and I know it's only 1.5, so it's not like a huge underdog, but technically they are. Also, Oklahoma City did cover both times. These two teams did play against each other. I don't know, man. I'm just not impressed with Phoenix. It's like you got one team that can get stops and one team that can't.
The only thing I'm worried about here is Bradley Beal made a comment during the Denver game. And he said that the team's not happy with their seeding, and that's why they're playing the way they are right now. I can care less about all the numbers the rest of the season. They seem like they're in desperation mode, and they went out of the play-in. They win.
And I think that's true. They can't get stops. Like, even against San Antonio, they're getting wide open shots. They are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games, though.
Yeah,
so
but we're not. It's picking the winner. It's not like you're laying points here.
Yeah, no.
That's why I would lean towards Phoenix.
All right, that's fine. I mean, but this wasn't one of the games you played, right?
No.
All right. I think I found it.
Found it.
Where's Waldo? All right.
You could literally go back to the message in my tilt from the other night and knew this was one of the games.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let me go over this and let me think of some reasons why we might not do it. But I was with you, Tyler, and I kind of remember that message. And, why are we not doing this? I do have this as a 9-point Knicks win. I had this game slightly going over. The New York Knicks are -9, total of 213.5. They're in San Antonio taking on the Spurs. Knicks are 39-32 against the spread this year, 20-15 on the road, 26-15 as a favorite, and 7-0 when they're laying between 7.5 and 10.5. When San Antonio is catching between 7.5 and 10.5, they're only 8-17 against the spread. So San Antonio is vulnerable to the blowout. And Tyler, you said it in our chat the other day, and I'm going to steal your line. Like, Tibbs just going to run these guys into the ground so the Knicks can cover. They won their last game by 44. They won their game before that by 25. They only beat Brooklyn by 8, but they still covered. They lost to Denver, whoop-de-doo, and they defeated the Golden State Warriors by 7 as 6.5-point dogs. So that means they outperformed the spread by 13.5 points. San Antonio's actually coming off 2 wins. Great win against Phoenix. I watched that game. And that's what kind of got me down on Phoenix. I don't think San Antonio's that good, and they should have won that game by a lot. And so many bunnies. I just can't trust Phoenix's defense, especially against a San Antonio team that I don't really think is that good offensively, right? It's like 2 guys, right?
Yeah.
Devin Vassell and Victor can get some shots. But even when those guys would work and get the other guys wide open shots, it just didn't seem like they were falling. So I didn't upgrade Phoenix's defense on that game. I really downgraded it. Then San Antonio beat Utah, but Utah, since the trade deadline, is the worst team in the NBA by record and by net ratings. So I know we think the Hornets suck, but I mean, like, literally in our brain, I shouldn't say literally, but in our brain, the Utah Jazz should be about the same as the Hornets, because let's just look at how they've been playing recently. And it's really poor. So I don't necessarily rate that San Antonio win that highly off that. All right. I've talked about this game, Tyler. Make your case for the bingo bango New York Knicks.
I don't think it's hard. The Spurs stink, and Tibbs is going to play the starters 40-plus minutes. Yeah. They won the last 2 games, 145-101 and 124-99. Mm-hmm. San Antonio categorizes right with those 2 teams, and they covered 17 and 14 in those games. And now we're getting a 9.
All right. 2 road favorites so far, but I'm not.
I ain't watching this team win by 40 again and not be on them.
I'm with you. All right, New York Knicks. Minnesota Timberwolves are +7. They're in Denver. They're taking on the Nuggets. Totals 212.5. My numbers like the T-Wolves, and I'm happy about that. The T-Wolves are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 against Denver, and we've talked about this before, Tyler. In last year's playoffs, I thought Minnesota played Denver tougher than even the Los Angeles Lakers did. This is a good matchup for a team like the Timberwolves. I can't get my other numbers up right now. My computer's kind of freezing. But The only reason I haven't bet this yet, Tyler, is because Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert are on the injury report. I'm thinking I don't care about Rudy, but I want Ant if I'm going to make this bet. Anthony Edwards gets ruled in, Tyler. I want to add the Timberwolves. What do you think?
Yeah, this one's on you. I'm not betting this game. Denver's coming off a loss. They kept it close last time, so it looks like it should be a Minnesota spot, but I don't want to bet against Denver when they just lost the last game on the home floor.
Who did they lose to? What was that game?
Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, and about the same situation, right? They were laying about 6.
Yeah, and then Jamal Murray got rolled out before the game.
Yeah.
Which could happen here.
And
so,
he's
yeah.
on here. He's on it again tonight. All right, so let's wait on the injury report, guys. But just so you know, I'm trying to get involved from the Timberwolves side. Oh, did you see about that Timberwolves sale, Tyler?
No.
So you know how A-Rod was going to buy it?
I mean, I've heard the stories about it. I don't really follow the ownership and all that spread. I can care less who owns the team.
Well, here's why it matters, because Glenn Taylor has been notoriously cheap, and I think it's going to be hard to build a winner with him at the helm. So I think they'll be less likely to go into the luxury tax. But for those who haven't been following it, so they set up this payment plan, and A-Rod and then missed a payment. So I think he kept all their money, and then he's like, nope, not for sale anymore. So now he's going to keep the team, and I think he's going to wait a little while and then put it up for sale again. But in the short term, I think it's bad for the Timberwolves fans because he has not shown an inclination to go over the cap. And he ran out like who? Kevin Garnett, and then who was the second one he ran off? I don't want to say Zach LaVine because he wasn't that good then, but you understand my point. It's bad news overall for the Timberwolves and bad news for the league because I don't really think he's a good owner. Okay, I want to get involved with the Timberwolves, but I want Anthony Edwards in. And then if Murray gets rolled out, I mean, I'll definitely play it. However, I'm hoping A1 gets ruled in. I get +7, and then Murray gets ruled out because I think he's got to be. If Murray's out, it's got to drop to 4 or 5, right, Tyler?
Yeah, probably somewhere in there.
Yeah, so hopefully that news hits in the right level of dominoes. And like you said, bro, it's not like we've been fucking crushing NBA lately anyway. So if I don't get involved, it's not the end of the world. This is your second game, right? Houston Rockets? Yeah.
I don't think there's much to cap here.
Okay, I'll do it for you. The Houston Rockets are the hottest team in the league. They've won 11 straight games. The Utah Jazz are, if you just sort since the trade deadline, they're the worst team in the league, right? So if you just take the jerseys off, right, and you just think in your mind, this is Celtics versus Hornets, right? Just the best team versus the worst team. We're laying 8 points. Go ahead, break it down, Tyler. I think this one's easy too. And if we lose, we lose. But fuck it, I'm not taking the fucking Utah Jazz.
I don't think we have to break much down here. It's just you ride Houston until the season ends.
Fade Utah, so it's two things coming together. It's like the perfect convergence.
I'm going to be completely honest, Brad. I don't give a damn who the team is they're playing. That's why when they played OKC, I was instant to bet them. This team is trying to get that play-in spot. Yeah. They are going to go out there and beat the hell out of everyone in their path until they get there. Why care about what number they're laying or who is on the other side? Just bet them and ride them until the end of the season.
All right. I don't know if I'm that far with you, but we are completely aligned
if tonight. You bet them every game in this 10-game stretch, you would be what? 9-1.
And what do you think they'll be for the last 10? Give us a prediction. 7-3?
Probably somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right. Talk to me about this one, Tyler. Because we made a mistake on whatever night they played last. It was Tuesday night. Dude, I was so pissed on that one. All I wanted was a close fucking game. I had a great hike that day. I came home, popped a little gummy, just watching. And first half, it was, we're down by 4, right? But it was a cool game. They got blown the fuck out. It was fucking embarrassment. And I should have known because they're tired. I don't think they're going to be tired tonight, though. The mistake was playing them on the back-to-back. Now we get the get back. They still are 2-1 against them this season, and we're going to play zigzag. So I like the Kings in the over, but I didn't bet it yet, Tyler, because obviously I'm emotional when it comes to the Kings and when it comes to the Lakers. I'm a lover and a hater.
I'm not betting the Kings. I think that team kind of sucks. Dallas is just a better team. They just lost by 40. Now we're going to play a pick'em game. Why would I ever try and get on the side that lost by 40 when I'm only getting 1 point?
Because it's just like the perfect bounce back spot, and that's how this shit works.
But they're the better team, and they're also trying to get out of the play-in. Like, both teams are down there, but one team's clearly better.
But the better team doesn't always win. That's what NBA is stupid.
I agree, but at this point in the year, when you're going to get effort, I think Dallas wins. So if I'm betting this game, I'm taking Dallas.
All right, so we're opposite there. What do you think of the over?
I have no take on the total.
Okay. I like the Kings in the over. Tyler likes the Mavericks. I got time to think about that Kings game. I think they bounce back. I just think they bounce back. I'd agree with you that Dallas is better, but I don't think they're that good. It's not like I'm fading Denver or OKC here. Okay, that's where we're at. I got 3 plays pulled up right now, Tyler. They're all favorites. Fucking lovely. I got the Bulls -3, the Knicks -9, and the Rockets -8. Those are going to be our official plays today. I'm going to do the deal with it on the Bulls. Does that work for you?
That's fine with me.
All right, those are our 3 plays. You going to bet any March Madness tonight, Tyler?
Probably not.
All right, I'll tell you guys what I bet. And a lot of these are from 5
That's an even worse version of basketball. Don't even get me started on college basketball.
Okay.
I mean, where's the NBA talent spread?
There's no NBA talent this year.
Everybody looks like me that's deciding games. That's going to go work at State Farm after those games are over.
Why can't you? What, is this some self-hatred, Tyler? I want to see people look like me deciding games.
That Nelson dude for Alabama was like the 12th guy on the bench most of the season and showed up and dictated the entire game against UNC. Yeah. The kid from Oakland just showed up out of nowhere and hit all those threes. Like, the kid from Clemson, like, none of these guys are going to touch the league. Where's the superstar running through the tournament? There isn't one.
There isn't one. Because America doesn't produce top-notch basketball talent anymore. Europe does. Because all we teach these guys is how to get drafted. But to be fair, this year, none of the guys had the athleticism. So even if they were prepared properly, I mean, it's just not the right year.
And don't even get me started on the fact that they can't make free throws. How the hell you get a scholarship and you can't make a free throw? There's perfect rotations on that same guy that our guy 5-star was telling me about. He's the one guy because he's a bigger guard. I cannot buy in on the other guy though. Spread 6'1", can barely get up to the rim, shoots a bunch of floaters. It's like that don't sound like it's gonna work at the next level.
Yeah, I mean,
all those floaters probably get sent into the hills by the bigs in the NBA.
I can only scout Turkish Euro League and tell you the Upper and Şengün is going to be good. That's all I can do for scouting. All right, but here, you guys want some college winners? Here's some fucking college winners. Gonzaga, +5.5. Creighton, +3.5. And Houston, -4. I didn't touch that other game. I can't remember who it is.
I might have like the worst news for you ever.
What?
Read those off again. One by one.
Gonzaga.
That Book It with Trent has 2 units on that.
Oh, fuck me. Creighton.
2 units.
Houston.
2 units. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. All right, fuck it. You guys want to know? You want some more winners? Fuck it. Here's my baseball action for today because I built a baseball model.
Spread, we're gonna make sure they win. I'm gonna give them some winners. We're gonna give them. Let's get this college basketball board pulled up.
This is a fun show today.
We're gonna give them Purdue, Duke, and Tennessee.
All right, do you guys want to know my baseball action? Bro, I'm a baseball handicapper now.
Oh yeah, Spread, you are so dead. He swept the board yesterday.
Where's my other baseball? Okay, did the Braves win? Did I already cash that? I mean, did the Brewers win?
You're asking the wrong guy, brother.
Bro, they were ahead. All right, so I'm 1-0 on the day, so I'm pretty good at baseball. 1-game winning streak. I should start putting people, join my Telegram for fixed games. I also took the Braves, money line, Dodgers, -1.5, Diamondbacks, -1.5, Guardians -1.5, and the Astros. Finally, if you guys want some tennis, I took Alexander Zverev on the money line. I know it's -167. He went 4-0 against Grieger, and this would be the second lowest line of any tournament. Yeah. So, all right, there we go. Tyler, we're going to be back Monday. And I think I'm going to do that same thing next Tuesday. Let me see how many games are on the schedule that. Yeah, bro, I got to get some hiking in now. I go back to work in like 14 days.
I heard a fun hypothetical for the Western Conference. You're not going to like it, though.
I mean, I don't like anything. I'm not a happy
If you pull up the odds, how many teams do we cross off in between Denver and the Lakers that could actually make it? Because I cross off OKC, the Clippers. I don't think OKC could beat Denver or LA.
I don't either.
Yeah, so they're not going to have a shot. I don't think the Clippers can anymore either. I'm not sure on the Suns. I think they might get crossed off too.
I like OKC way better than the Suns.
Minnesota's the one where it's like maybe. Dallas.
I don't trust Minnesota either.
Dallas is the only one where it's like, all right, I could actually see this in my head.
Yeah, because if they go nuclear, what are you going to do? Yeah.
But if the Lakers avoid or upset Denver in the first round, they can't just walk through the playoffs.
No, they're going to. I don't even want to fucking hear this.
They were 28
capping baseball.
28 to 1 to win
the Lakers are good again. I said I'm capping baseball.
They were 28 to 1 to win the Western Conference yesterday. They're 21 to 1 now.
And they're going to be like 15 to 1 by tomorrow after they beat the Pacers again tonight, probably.
Yeah. So, might want to put that ticket in the pocket as much as you hate it.
Man, might as well. If I'm going to be miserable, I might as well be miserable with money. Robert says Kyrie will lose in the games. I'm just saying, right? Robert, who do you think's got a better chance, Dallas or Minnesota? Right? I mean, Dallas or OKC. I would still say Dallas.
The thing about Minnesota is it's just going to come down to Cat's going to come back. Ant's going to have no space to score. Cat's going to be running around like a deer in the headlights, and that's how they lose.
Yeah.
I
listening to Dunked On today. They were doing top 10 players. Who would you rather have, Shea or Luka?
Luka.
That's funny. They were split on it. I think I'd take Shea. Yeah, Robert says Dallas over Minnesota. It's just the point that for the West really isn't as wide open as it feels.
No. And everyone keeps saying that Boston just took that game off last night to practice for the playoffs. Bullshit. That team is going to do the same thing they did last year. They didn't position themselves so they can take games off and theoretically use a playoff situation against an Atlanta team in the middle of March. My ass.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my thoughts on that.
I'm just pissed that I didn't take the plus 17. All right, that's it for us, Tyler. It's actually a pretty good slate on Tuesday. Maybe I won't go that day. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's got a shitload of games, but there's not a bunch of good ones. All right, well, we'll figure it out, but we'll definitely do Monday at 4. I might do the early morning deal on Tuesday again, and that's that for us. All right, anything else, Tyler?
No, that's it for me.
All right, nuke the house.